Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to all things language, culture, and travel. My name is Michaela and welcome to Annecy. Hey everyone, I just got back from my weekend trip to Annecy, and Annecy is still, in my opinion, the most beautiful city in the world. I might be a little bit biased since I used to live there in 2014 back when I was an exchange student, but I still think that Annecy is a perfect city for anyone, as you can take leisurely strolls or you can have an absolute adventure in Annecy. So I want to share with you the top 10 things to do. I did all 10 things during my weekend in Annecy, and Annecy is small enough that you can do most of these things in just one day. So let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, rent a bike and tour the lake. I've always been a little nervous about riding a bike in Europe, as the bike lanes are right next to traffic and I'm not used to it. So I knew that Annecy would actually be one of the easier places for a bike ride, since there are a lot of pedestrian only paths and there's a bike path right around the lake. So when we got to Annecy, we decided to rent bikes from a place called Cyclable. There's actually a lot of different places to rent bikes in Annecy, but in this location we had a person named Maëlle who was really helpful and even spoke English and said that we could leave our bags, like a little suitcase, while we went on our tour. So you can take a complete tour around the lake with a guide, but we just decided to go solo and we rented our bikes for €8 for 1 hour, and we just went on both sides of the lake and just looking at the different views from both sides, and it was a really great experience, and I think one of the most memorable things that I did while I was in Annecy. Number 2, visit Lover's Bridge. So just along the lake and connected to one of Annecy's canals is Le Pont des Amours, which is Lover's Bridge, and there's an urban legend that if you kiss your lover in the middle of the bridge, then you will be united for life. But you're gonna want to take a picture because the view from the bridge is absolutely stunning, and you're gonna want to go early if you want to beat the crowds. Number 3, have lunch on the Paquier. So Le Paquier is actually an area right next to Lover's Bridge that's a wide open green space that's flooded with people, especially when the weather is nice, playing frisbee, hanging out with friends, eating lunch, and just looking at the lake. So go ahead and grab some lunch from a nearby restaurant and have a seat on the Paquier and enjoy the view. Number 4, visit the old city and canals. So Annecy is a medieval city with very narrow but cozy streets and colorful buildings, and of course there's canals at every turn, which is why Annecy is nicknamed La Venise des Alpes, or the Venice of the Alps. And you can find shops and restaurants or grab a drink with a view. The old city is definitely not to be missed. Number 5, eat ice cream at Glacier des Alpes. So Glacier des Alpes is probably the best known ice cream in Annecy, and it was actually ranked 9th in France. And so whenever you go, make sure you actually order 1 scoop less than you actually want, because they give you a free scoop and they even give you like a mini taster spoon scoop that goes right on top, so you can try different flavors of ice cream if you'd like. For €3.40, I actually got 2 scoops of ice cream. Number 6, take a picture in front of Le Palais de Lille. So just a 2-minute walk from Glacier des Alpes is the once prison, now museum. That is the most photographed monument in France. So you're gonna have to fight for a picture, especially during the spring and summer months, but the picture will definitely be worth it. Number 7, hike up to a medieval castle. Built in the 12th century, this once castle, now museum, is a little bit of a hike uphill from the old city. So you can go inside and visit the museum, but make sure you check the hours before you go, because they stopped selling tickets 45 minutes before the closing time, and so we actually missed it by 10 minutes and weren't able to go inside this time. Number 8, get on the lake. There are so many things that you can do to get on or in the lake. For example, you can canoe or kayak or paddleboard, you can do sports like water skiing or wakeboarding, or you can do what we did, which was rent a pedal boat. It was €16 for 3 people for 30 minutes, and forewarning, they do not take credit cards, cash only. Some of the pedal boats actually had a slide, so if the weather is warm enough that day, you can slide all the way down into the water and go swimming, or you can simply go to one of Annecy's beaches if that's what you want to do, just to go swimming. Number 9, catch a panoramic view from up high. So I'm lucky enough to have an amazing French family who lives near Annecy, who was able to drive us up to a place where we could watch people paragliding take off, and it was absolutely cool to watch, but also the views from up high were just amazing. You can see so much of the lake and the mountains. The best places are going to be accessible by car, but there are also some hikes that even start in the center of the city that can take you to the same breathtaking views. Number 10, and my personal favorite, is do an extreme sport. Because of the mountains surrounding Annecy, there are so many different extreme sports that you can do. I even consider skiing and snowboarding extreme sports in the winter, but you can also do things like paragliding, as I previously showed, or even, I'm gonna highlight my favorite one, Via Ferrata. I think there's nothing cooler than testing out your athleticism and going onto the mountain and getting the most amazing views. It's like a 2-in-1. So this Via Ferrata was actually technically done in Aix-les-Bains, but it's just a 1-hour drive from Annecy. It was my second time doing Via Ferrata, and the first one I did was also an hour from Annecy. And so all we had to do was rent the gear because I went with my family again, but there are some companies that you can find that organize these trips and organize every step of the way. So I highly recommend that you get out of your comfort zone and try something amazing like paragliding or Via Ferrata. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. In my next one, I'm going to take you through the top things to do in Grenoble, France. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any other content that you'd like to see from me and all things travel, then go ahead and leave a comment so I know what you'll be looking for. And I'll see you in my next video.